everyone, I'm Julia Calleja Seguier, 27, from the fiery province of Albay. I'm a stunt woman, a martial artist, and an actor, and although I've been athletic my whole life, I actually only started training in martial arts 4 years ago. I was doing my master's in China at the time, and I was so inspired by Kung Fu films that I decided to learn Kung Fu myself. I lived in a Chinese monastery and military school where I was training for 8 hours a day. It was a very grueling experience that's led me to my career now, and as you can see, I'm a very all-in type of person and always down for good adventure. This pandemic has been challenging on so many fronts. I was injured, so I couldn't walk for 3 months. I was so sick, I was in the hospital. I think through it all, it's made me more grateful for life. It's made me realize I have so much strength in myself. It's made me become more ferocious and tenacious with everything that I do. And I'm super happy to be joining the Miss Universe Philippines pageant and to be standing in front of you today. This year is such an important year for Filipinos because we get to decide our future. For me, I look for honesty in my president. I want someone who has a vision and a plan for my country because I believe in the Philippines, I believe in our potential, and I believe in our power. And so I want a president with vision. I want a president with integrity. Albay is known for its perfectly shaped Mayon volcano. Mayon volcano is a symbol of power and a symbol of something that is dangerously beautiful. And I would love to invite everyone to come and see Mayon volcano. I think that she's a symbol of what every Filipina is because she's beautiful, but inside she has a deep reservoir of power.
Okay. Good afternoon. I am Maranel Timoteo Tonggol. I am 27 years old from Arayat, Pampanga. I am an architect and also a visual artist. And aside from that, I am also a co-founder of Kulula Design Studio, which we do a lot of interior fit-outs here in Arayat, Pampanga. And then I like to paint and also sing, and also I love cats and dogs. And aside from that, being a Kapampangan, I also love to eat food, being the home of the being the culinary capital of the Philippines. Some of the food and dishes that I like. It's been 3 years since the pandemic, and for me, life is very unpredictable, but yet it is promising because the pandemic has taught us a lot of lessons. For example, like the things in life are temporary, and we should always treasure and make sure that we live the best, and live life to the fullest. And after 3 years, I am hoping that I am looking for a president who is hardworking and also honest, and who also have that wisdom to govern the Philippines, and someone who is selfless and someone who will promote the Philippines and also take care of the people, put the people first aside from his own needs. Of course, with that, I wanted to share the beautiful Mount Arayat because it is very majestic and it is a source of my strength as an Arayatenios because having this mountain in our province gives us that identity, and also that Mount Arayat is something that is originating here in Pampanga, that it is providing strength and unity.
Tapya unagagaw takundasan, or good day everyone. I am Genesis Latugat, 22, proud Igorota, hailing from Baguio City. I belong to the two of the many tribes in Kalinga, namely Gaddang and Gilayon tribe. Growing up, I've been very fascinated with the arts. It has helped me in many ways, and I use it as an escape and turn it into one of my passions. That is why I decided to take up architecture. I also discovered that I can be really adventurous, as I recently tried cliff diving. I am also fluent in gay lingo, because I love and I'm surrounded by people who are part of the LGBTQIA plus community. For these 2 years, I realized that it's really important for me to take risks. This pandemic is not the end of everything, and this is the moment where I can reflect on myself and do everything I can for me to have a greater and better experiences. And right now, I'm grateful that I was able to be part of the Miss Universe Philippines and making all of the dreams that I've always wanted to happen. Definitely, the qualities that I'm looking for a president are accountable, reliable, and definitely who has integrity. This quality really reflects that they have the compassion for our country. They are putting a lot of sacrifices and being able for us to achieve change and betterment for our country. And for those who are going to vote for the upcoming election, I hope that you are going to look for these qualities for our leaders, for us to achieve change and betterment. Uniquely beautiful that I can tell about my hometown is definitely how diverse we are, how diverse our culture, tradition that we are carrying. As part of the indigenous peoples, I can proudly say that I am carrying my hometown with me. I am the representation of my hometown, Cordillera and Baguio City, that we carry the beauty of this culture, the beauty that we can offer our different countries. The nation that we have is something that we need to be preserved on, because this is our.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Alessandria Mateo. I'm 26 years old and I am representing Bataan. I used to be a cheerleader during my college years, and it really made me realize the important value of teamwork, which I applied to my work, and of course, it's very relevant as well during my Miss Universe Philippines journey, because I wouldn't be here in front of you if it weren't for my team. I also believe in the saying that if you never stop learning, you'll never stop growing, because it allows me to have an open mind and immerse myself into the world. Other than pageantry and my career, I have interest in music, in art, and of course, I love watching reruns on Netflix and spending time with my family. Life for me now is I feel that it's more happier because the restrictions are easing up and we are now more free to see our families, our friends, and we're sort of like going back to the old normal, but still being cautious of the safety protocols and still following the rules so that we're always safe. The qualities that I look for in a president is, of course, they should have compassion and they would always think about the greater good of other people. Because if they have that in mind, we will definitely be a greater nation. The most uniquely beautiful place in my hometown would definitely be Las Casas Filipinas de Acuzar, which is a very popular tourist spot in Bataan. You really get to appreciate the old Spanish houses, and if you're a big fan of that style of architecture, and you'll really get to appreciate the intricate details as well.
Hello everyone, I am Elsa Schumacher. I am 25 years old, representing the beautiful island of Batanes. Something about me, I went to school for aviation management and I am currently pursuing another degree to become an airplane pilot. I served the military when I was only 19 years old, and some of my hobbies are flying and watching the sunsets. And I am also a coffee aficionado, so I do not start my day without a fresh brew of coffee. Also, I am an outdoors person, so I enjoy hiking, fishing, and camping. Since the pandemic, I became more, I would say, grateful. I tell my friends and my family every day that I love them, because tomorrow is never guaranteed, especially during the pandemic. From a personal experience, I've lost some of my close friends and family from this virus. So for me, it's I've been grateful. So some of the qualities that I hope to look for the next president is somebody who is very compassionate. Because becoming a president is such a big role, so you have to care about the people, especially here in the Philippines. We need to see the next leader who's gonna make a big difference. And another thing would be someone who's very charismatic, someone the people needs to like you. You need to spread good energy to the people. You need to always have a positive attitude because so one of the unique places that I would love people to come visit is where I grew up, my hometown, which is here in Sabtang, Batanes. I grew up here and we didn't have internet. Until today, our internet is fairly fast. So I would say here in Sabtang, Batanes, because this is where I grew up and you're able to have an internet detox. This is a time away from basically the world. This is where you can.
Hello everyone, I am Bianca May Biawatin, 25 years old and representing Batangas province. My friends describe me as a jack of all trades because I believe I do have a mindset that everything can be learned and that if you have courage and determination to really pursue your dreams, you should just discover new things and push yourself to the limit. What is life for me now is that I am more grateful, I am more determined to do things that I want to do in life, and I am more positive than ever. Conquering that pandemic really made me a better version of myself and really trust the process along the way. The qualities that I look for a president is that first, she or he is accountable with the things that he will do for the Philippines. Second, I want him or her to be compassionate for her people so that that president will always or willing to listen to the people. And then third, I want my president to be competent enough to know what he or she doing with the position that he or she has. The uniquely beautiful thing that I am proud about the Batangas is that we have great places or destinations that you could visit, and we have of smiling faces along the streets that will welcome you and will inspire you to have a positive life as well. And we are hospitable as well. Batangueños are very generous with their food, and I believe.
Maadjong adlaw kaninyong tanan. I am Pauline Cucharo Amlings, 26, from the very beautiful province of Bohol. I am part Belgian, part Bolanon. Belgium is known for its chocolate, Bohol is known for its chocolate hills, and I love chocolate. I also love to draw. Growing up, I would always make greeting cards for my parents on their birthday, but now I also make coloring books for kids. And another thing I want to share is that I'm such a thalassophile. I love the ocean, I love to swim, and that has led me to the amazing and thrilling sport of freediving. It's a lot more quiet now that we're actually seeing the end of the pandemic, and I'm actually very happy about that. So I'm just focusing now on preparing for this pageant and trying to let go of the perfectionist in me and enjoy every moment. Someone who listens and who actually does what he or she promises, and someone who can listen to the different needs of the community and then do something about it since they're the ones up the ladder. Being a freediver, I would love to share more about the beauty that we can find underwater in Bohol. And if you'd like, I can be your personal freediving guide.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I am Miriam Saliling Kampong, 24, representing the province of Bukidnon. My mother belongs to indigenous people, which is originally from Bukidnon, and my father belongs to Irano tribe, coming from Carmen. Aside from the fact that my parents have different ethnicity, that is why I could be able to speak different dialects, which enables me to understand their culture and their ways of living. And somehow the reason why sometimes I mispronounce English words, even though I am an English major, because we indigenous people, it is innate from us that we have different intonation and accent. We put too much stress in every word, and also. Okay, thank you so much. After the pandemic, we arise from ashes. We know that pandemic brought us so much challenges, like challenges from physically, mentally, emotionally. But right after the pandemic, we could be able to rise again and start our new life and continue our dreams, inspiring people. If I am going to look for a president, I am looking a president with a heart to the people, like going for responsibility and he is or she is determined, passionate about their duties in life. Okay, so if you're going to visit my hometown, there are very uniquely beautiful places that. One of that is the hanging bridge along the Sampaguita-Kibawi. There, the hanging bridge is the bridge for the people, it is the bridge for the students who really wanted to achieve their dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miriam.
Thank you, Miriam. You may now press the leave button.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nika May Bernardo, 22, representing Bulacan Province. My name is spelled as NYCA, and a lot of people is mispronouncing that as Nika instead of Nika. I'm a proud scholar in Bayan and a student leader. I also had a wildest dream to become an actress since I love acting in front of the camera. In fact, whenever I have school play, I'm always playing the protagonist role. And I'm the eldest among 3 children, and I'm the only girl. People were often asking me, isn't that a burden for you that you're the one who's responsible for your 2 brothers? Without even noticing that my 2 brothers are the reason why I'm striving and doing my best to give my family the best life that I can ever give them. And just to tell you a story, I have a friend who has started his rabbit business. Well, life has more beautiful things to offer. During those 2 years, I've learned a lot. I've been through a lot, even with the most serious pain. But, I've learned lessons that even though things happen unexpectedly, we should be ready on conquering things because we are always faithful into our goals and into our dreams. And, no matter what life had thrown into us, definitely we will always be here to fight. Thank you. Well, the qualities that I look for our president is a compassionate one. We've been into a brave industry wherein a lot of societal issues that needs to be addressed. But there are things that has been left out, which are the unprivileged and the less fortunate. And if we are able to elect a government official who has a compassion, which is more loving and more considerate, then a wonderful life would be wherein the people doesn't have to demand for their rights. Thank you. Well, I would like to tell this might sound cliche for a Bulacanera, but the Buddhist Wing Church. There is so much history in Venezuela where we really learn from, even into our recent situation. And that's what I want to show to everybody, that we always learn from history. And because of the history of Bulacan, we knew the things that we might maintain and the things that we should be changing. And that's what I think the history has to offer to everybody on the things, especially on the culture that we're maintaining right now. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Jenny Kakasin representing Cavite, and I am a cosmetic scientist. Yes, I am a technical person, however, I am also a creative one, which is why among all others, when I am alone, you will find me reading or watching a self-help video on YouTube because I value self-improvement. However, I also enjoy going out and travel with my family and friends. Lastly, one quality of me that I am most proud of is my perseverance, which is evident when I received the Most Persevering Award back when I was a little girl. So what is life for me now is what I learned from the pandemic is how to be adaptive. You have to be able to manage yourself, to take action when it is somehow hopeless. And that is what's important for me, to be adaptive to situations, and that is how you can adapt in life.
What qualities do you look for in a president?
Well, I look for someone who is efficient in his job or in her job, and at the same time is trustworthy. Well, a uniquely beautiful landmark in Cavite is the Aguinaldo Shrine, which is where the Philippine flag was first raised as a sign of our independence from being colonized by Spain. And it is a sign of bravery and martyrdom, which needs to be recognized by the young generation today. Because if not for our ancestors, we won't be enjoying the freedom that we have now.
Good day, everyone. My name is Chantal Elise Legaspi-Schmidt, 20 years old, from Cebu City, of course. I am a law student taking up international business law in Germany, and I am a self-supporting student through my job as a model and a German foreign language teacher. Additionally, I am a former art student who has a penchant for all things symbolic. And while I am currently studying in Germany, I hope to remain in the Philippines and aspire to one day own a fair trade company, specifically a fashion company, that compensates workers fairly and appropriately while still selling my products at a reasonable price so that fashion and self-expression can become. Life for me now has been very different from what it has been before. Before the pandemic, I was deeply extroverted and reliant on other people to keep me sane. As a depressed and anxious person, I have now come to terms with what it means to be alone with your thoughts and to be comfortable with your past and your present. Qualities I look for in a president are accountability and visibility. I want my president to be visible not just on social media, and not just on the streets, but also in the more rugged parts of our country, doing their work. And additionally, I want them to be held accountable because while we all make mistakes, we all have to be held responsible and accountable for them so that we may always improve. A uniquely beautiful place or thing about my hometown, Cebu City, is that, of course, we are deeply spiritual, and that is embedded into all of our culture, all of our community. And so a uniquely beautiful place and thing would be the puso weaving, puso being hanging rice, in all parts of our city, really. And puso is deeply symbolic because it was used as offerings to the diwatas back in the day. And so that is something that really symbolizes Cebu.
Maayong adlaw, I am Lou Dominic Pixon, 26 from Cebu Province. I come from a family of 4 with 2 older sisters, one working abroad and one as a flight attendant, one younger brother who is studying aviation. I am the only beauty queen, model, and host, which is ironic considering that I grew up being a total introvert, but with the love of performing arts. My parents enrolled me in numerous summer classes to help me boost my self-confidence, which I believe paid off considering that this is my second year to join Miss Universe Philippines and hopefully the last with flying colors. In my free time, I like to clean, have fun time with my fur babies, and watch the Friends Marathon. It's totally different. After the pandemic, I have seen life in a totally different way. I have learned to appreciate my time with my friends and family even more, and that how we use our time, especially with our busy lives before the pandemic. This time we learn to take care of our mental health and just spend time with the people that truly means a lot to you. Qualities that I look for in a president is someone who is responsible, someone who listens to the people, and someone who is approachable. I believe that that is what this country needs, especially that this is the time where leaders with young generations are truly very into the elections and has a say in it. Cebu province has a very big coverage. There are a lot of places that people has to discover. Like in my time to record my tourism video, I too have discovered a lot of places which I would love to show you guys. In the south, we have a lot of more historical landmarks that people are yet to see, especially in Badian, which they celebrate the Banig Festival, and in the north, where there are landmarks that I would love people to visit. And
good afternoon. My name is Johnny Chiarsena, Miss Universe Philippines, Davao del Norte. Hi everyone. My name is Johnny Chiarsena. I am a medical laboratory science student at Tagum Doctors College. I always say that music flows through my veins because it's my passion. I compose songs, I write lyrics, and I sing and play musical instruments. I also love exploring new possibilities, and praise God, I am a valedictorian with highest honors in senior high school, a national Sudoku champion, and international research competition second placer. Lastly, I express myself best using poetry, and whatever I write, I share to other people so that I hope to be an inspiration in their lives as well. Currently, it is better than it has been the past 2 years when the pandemic started, because during the pandemic, I really felt the impact with depression and anxiety that it brought now that I wasn't able to interact with other people. Currently, now that we are slowly going on to the new normal or going back to how things went before the pandemic, I am way better now because I get to see the people that I love. The qualities that I look for in a president are first, compassion, second, a listening ear, and third, a very good decisive mind, because with compassion, they are able to think of solutions for problems that are good for the people. Second, they really need to listen to the needs of the people in order to rule well. And lastly, they have to be very good decision makers so that they wouldn't be swayed by other people's opinions. A uniquely beautiful place in Tagum City, Davao del Norte is the Energy Park, because there you can really be free to do whatever you want, to express yourself, because you are very liberated to just be yourself, be with the people that you love. You can talk and you can play bike and just enjoy your day.
Maayong adlaw sa tanan. My name is Jadaida Heferbes Corinihona, proudly representing Davao del Sur. My mom is a Filipina and my dad is from Solomon Islands, which makes me the Islander Bisaya Queen from the South. I'm a pastor's kid, a model, a live streamer, and a sales assistant. At the age of 12, I started working and sending goods to my peers and nailing my first corporate job at the age of 18. I knew the value of hard work and loved showing my persistence here in the stage. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, life has been very hard. Until now, my family is struggling financially. And at the moment, there was a moment where I thought I'm never going to compete this year. But I love how these challenges make me who I am now and made me push to better myself. Thank you. I'm looking for a president who pushes thinking, innovation, and action. Knowing that we're living still under the pandemic and still facing natural calamities that could possibly hit our country, I believe we need a president who focuses on strategies and instilling them amidst of all these circumstances. I'll be very biased. There's this infamous perhaps, tourist spot called the Akbang Falls in my mom's hometown in Matanao, Davao del Sur. And that's because it takes so long and it takes so much effort to go to that place. I wanted to bring that here in my journey, knowing that it takes hard work and so much discipline, but eventually it will be worth it.
Hi everyone, my name is Adel May Sanchez. I am 24 years old and I'm representing the garden capital of the Philippines, Giginto, Bulacan. Now for those who don't know, I was born in Giginto, Bulacan, but was raised in Dublin, Ireland. Over there, I graduated with an honors degree in psychology and now aspire to be a psychoanalytic psychotherapist someday. I had the opportunity to represent psychology students on a European level over there and even led the Psychological Society in my university as the president. So as you can tell, I've had many leadership and ambassador roles, and I'd like to make great use of it during my time in Miss Universe Philippines. Life for me now is very mindful, and since those 2 years, I've experienced great heights and great lows. And I think the most important thing I learned from it was that it's so important to be mindful of everything that you do, because when you move so mindfully, things change for you, and it will always be for the better. The qualities that I look for a president is when she moves or he moves about in a way that's all about love and respect for one another, because when someone moves about in life with love, you can clearly see that, they'll express that so vividly. And my answer for that is someone who moves about life with love. The most uniquely or beautiful place or thing in my hometown that I want to talk about is the nature that surrounds Bulacan. It's so vast and so beautiful that I'd love to bring everyone out there for a meditation or a mindful retreat because it's the perfect place to find peace.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I am Liza Katrina Bautista Somalio, 19 years old from Ilocos Norte. I am a level 1 nursing student. That's why I'm a little bit more busy than usual, trying my best to balance my time, my energy, and my effort between the preparation for Miss Universe Philippines and my schoolworks. I am also an introvert, that's why I have to gather a great amount of courage to be able to speak here right now. But more than that, I am enjoying, I'm really excited, and I'm grateful that I am here right now. I guess after the pandemic, I'm a little bit more appreciative of the little things that I encounter. If 2 years ago I wasn't able to be more appreciative, right now I am more appreciative, I am more grateful, and I learned to look for the value of my family time and my time with my friends. So life for me now is more beautiful. It's more meaningful. It's happier. Honestly speaking, I want someone who has a firm hand, who is able to lead, who is more disciplined, more than ever, who has sympathy, because I believe that if you have sympathy, you're able to experience or feel whatever constituents are experiencing. So if our president has sympathy for his constituents, yes sir. So my hometown, I'm really proud of the people from Ilocos Norte because they are really appreciative, and one thing that I am grateful for is that the people from Ilocos Norte are very hospitable, and if you come here to my province, then you will see how great the beauty, the tourist spots in my province are.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I am Jewel Alexandria Palacat. I am 22 years old and I am from the province of Ilocos Sur. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Tourism at the University of Northern Philippines. I am half Filipina, half Scottish, and I am 6 feet 1 inch tall. I grew up in the upland municipality of Gregorio del Pilar, and I love riding the motorcycle, I love adventure, and I love appreciating the nature. Since the pandemic, life has taught me that the best thing that you can do is to be resilient and to be innovative. The pandemic has been a very challenging times, and a lot of us lost our jobs, and what we should do is to be innovative and really find other ways so that our lives must go on. What qualities I look for in a president is someone who is sympathetic and empathetic and knows how to allot the funds properly. I believe that the Philippines is a very rich country, and what we need is a leader that knows where to put our funds properly so that we can provide more. We can provide a better future for our citizens. The uniquely beautiful place in my hometown is my place, Gregorio del Pilar. It is an upland municipality in Ilocos Sur, and it is not very patronized, or some of the people here in Ilocos Sur don't know about this place yet because it is really far from the city. And this province is very cultured and very beautiful. It has hot springs, it has wonder.
Hello everyone, my name is Dorothy Marie Pastelero Simayan, 21, from Miss Universe Philippines, Iloilo City. I am a student nurse by day and a character designer at night, which would come as a surprise for some because my background in both science and art for one seems as the oil and water of academic skills.
But I am living proof that you can see the best of both worlds. I translate my love for these concepts through doing art commissions while being in nursing school. And I gained a bit of income from that, which I use to buy myself comic books and video games. Needless to say, I will forever be an art geek. Life for me now is in a state of recovering, especially in terms of my mental well-being. It especially took its toll on how I viewed myself and how I viewed my priorities in life, and I'm very proud to say that I have strengthened my mental fortitude. The qualities that I want in a president is that of transparency and humility. Transparency because it's so important to have a kind of honesty between their people, and humility because first and foremost, the next president should teach him or herself as a human being first. A uniquely beautiful place in my hometown would have to be Calle Real. It's where the historical buildings are found that had pre-existed even in the Spanish colonization era. And I want to highlight that because it perfectly captures how Ilonggos have preserved the history and the richness of it throughout time.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Caro, 25, from Iloilo Province. I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii. It was where I found my passion for Polynesian dancing. I pursued my master's degree and professional career abroad, yet I long to be back to the place I love the most, Iloilo. While I can speak 4 different languages and am of 4 different ethnicities, I consider myself 100% Filipino who loves sinigang and embodies the silent strength of the Ilonggo woman. Like many Filipinos, I come from a tight-knit family. I'm the youngest of 9 siblings, and I've lived in the Philippines for over 15 years. So while I have a multicultural background, I am every bit a Pinay at heart. Life is actually very nice right now, simply because we've struggled through so much over the 2 years of the pandemic. And as someone who learned so much, such as the power of vulnerability, I've not only been able to recognize the most important things in life, which is our health and our family, but I've also been able to connect with people all over the world, share my story, and be present here in this very moment. I look for a president who is transparent, who has humility, and at the same time looks out for the well-being of the Filipino people, not only the privileged, but also the underprivileged. I also hope to see a post-pandemic era plan so that we can progress into this modern world and also strengthen our economic stance for the rest of our country. Oh, that's a great question. The most uniquely beautiful thing about my hometown is the Talino Plaza. It's where my grassroots are from. And as I reconnected with my roots and visited there recently, it's a place where people can go to so that they can feel their best selves and truly experience the beauty of the municipality of Talino, its people, and what it truly means to be a Kalinognon with the power of their silent strength.
Next, we have Zenith Khan from Isabela.
Hi, hello everyone. I am Zenith Khan, 23, representing the province of Isabela. I come from a family of farmers, and my grandmother have raised me ever since I was 2 months old. For my mom is an OFW. However, this did not stop me from growing up in a supportive and loving family. Growing up, I used to be very insecure, for I have a skin condition called vitiligo. I used to conceal my white spots, but now I choose to flaunt it to the rest of the world to show all the women out there that your imperfections might even make you win the Miss Universe crown. To be honest, I went through depression during the pandemic, but now I'm seeing a ray of sunshine. And I've learned the importance of love and my family, because without them, I don't think I would be able to get through it. For me, the president should have a brave soul, a kind heart, and a diligent spirit. Not only that, he should have enough experiences and of course compassion for the people. If he has all these qualities, I believe he can make the Philippines great again. Isabela is a very beautiful province, but if there's one unique part of my province that I'd show you, it's a town called Mapanakon, where we have a heart-shaped island with pristine beach and white sand. It's something that is unique to my province, and I'd love to show it to the rest of the world.
Hello, my name is Luis Dabu, 25. I'm to represent the surfing capital of the North, the province of La Union. Aside from eating a lot and working out barefoot, I am passionate about sports, traveling, and fashion. Fun fact about me, being a patron of fashion and arts, I designed an outfit for one of the candidates for Miss Universe Philippines back in 2021. Hopefully I would get the chance to showcase my evening gown design for this year's Miss Universe. I can also speak two basic foreign language, which is Spanish, Yo habla español, and Chinese, Wohui yi dian zhongwen. I'm also going through the competition with my best friend Isabel Braza. Well, life for me now from the past 3 years. Well, back in 2020, I moved out from my house and I've been living independently. A lot has changed, definitely, because I've learned how to manage my own time, and I've also learned how to save up my own money. And I'm really proud of where I've been from 3 years ago and now. The qualities that I look for a president is someone who is compassionate and someone who's competent. I think during the pandemic, we've seen that we lack competence in terms of leadership, and we want a leader who will be able to lead the country for the betterment of our kababayans. Oh wow, there's so much actually. La Union itself is a beautiful place. And as I said earlier, it's the surfing capital of the North. So people can come here and please support our tourism. You can go to the beach and surf all day. And you can also go up to the mountains in Sudipen and see the vast clouds there and the sunrise. It's awesome.
Hello, Sir Voltaire. Hello, everybody. I'm Sonia Jane Taniag, 23 years old, from the hot springs capital of the Philippines, Laguna. My name is a mixture of my dad and my mom's, Jason and Jen, and that is why I think my name is uniquely beautiful. I am a graduate of tourism, and despite struggling with my fear of public speaking and my self-confidence because of my experience when I was younger, I continued with my passion by taking risks. And this is actually my first pageant. And how I handle it is by saying that there is an endless possibilities and not be guaranteed. I can say that life for me now is a lot brighter. I have a lot of realizations there that I've put into my life, like appreciating my family and doing the things I love. That is why I am here and I'm ready to conquer the universe here in the Miss Universe. Actually, I want a president that is able to be steadfast with his campaign, his or her campaign, despite even if he wins already. Because there is an economic fallout in our country because of the pandemic. I hope for a president that is compassionate and would strategize ways to emerge our country and raise our flag once again as a Philippines. I would say a uniquely beautiful thing about my place is the birthplace of nationalism. If you want to know a lot about our national hero, Dr. Hazarazao, you should absolutely visit Calamba. That is his hometown. And if you want to walk the halls and know more about our rich and colorful culture, then come to Laguna. Loud and proud, Laguna!
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sashi Kiaza. I'm 26 and I'm representing the home of our first Philippine hero, Lapu-Lapu City. I'm an independent filmmaker and I studied to be an actress. I'm really passionate about telling Filipino stories and making sure that we portray strong Filipino women on the big screen. An interesting fact about me is that I love the very controversial fruit, durian. I have a very wide palate and there's no food I'm too scared to try. This courage to go for things that are kind of scary has taken on in all of my life, and I've moved to different places on my own, and it was scary, but I learned a lot. It has been 2 years. I wasn't able to see my family. It was actually a very difficult time in terms of being lonely and having to adapt to a new situation. Life for me now is the complete opposite. I am surrounded by everyone I love, and I'm able to reconnect and also reinvigorate myself as well. I'm looking for a president that's able to adapt to new situations. As we've seen in the past 2 years, unprecedented things can happen. A president also should be able to create opportunities for women and make sure that all genders of our nation are well supported. I want to tell people about an island in my hometown called Kauhagan Island. Was completely destroyed by Typhoon Odette. And that makes it very unique in terms of their struggles this year. But what is so beautiful is their spirit and their smiles and how they're able to stick together as a community. I think that's something that we should all learn from.
Hello everyone, my name is Isabel Christine Braza. I'm 25 years old and I'm representing Las Piñas City. So currently, I'm the business manager in a logistics company. I'm an athlete. I own my own beach hostel. I'm a TV commercial model for 14 years now. And now, I'm an aspiring beauty queen. So gotta tell you what, guys. Sometimes I feel like things just pile up. And I want to split my body into halves. But with God's grace and mercy, I'm still able to leave a mark of excellence in everything I do through proper time management and task prioritization, more commonly known as the Pareto principle, which is a principle I think is very important to master in order to be successful. Life's been so beautiful and I feel so accomplished already because of my stint last year. I feel like there was so much growth from my performance last year and I'm so much more excited for my performance this year and I can't wait. I think the leaders that we choose today, it's very important because the elections are coming up and I really do think that our morals and principles as people should manifest in the leaders that we choose today because holistically our decision is going to matter as a nation. And yeah. Well, Las Piñas was actually a salt bed before, so it was a salt making industry and it provided good employment for all the Las Piñeros. And so I really think it's a very unique characteristic of my city, the fact that it was a salt bed.